another edition of Sports Card ASMR. I am the Sports Card Doctor, and I'm very happy that you are here today on the channel that combines sports card nostalgia and ASMR relaxation. I'd like to invite you to subscribe to the channel, okay? We're going to do a price guide edition today, a classic price guide edition, 1 pack of cards and 1 dream to make fake money back. But my pencil, my Miami Dolphin pencil is it's a little dull, kind of like my love life. So I'm going to sharpen it up here. Let's do it. Did you enjoy pencil sharpeners as a kid in school? Did you like breaking pencil sharpeners? There we go. I enjoyed pencil sharpeners, but I found it to be embarrassing because for many years you had to, you didn't necessarily have personal sharpeners. You had to get up and walk across the front of the classroom and go to this big, construction yard-looking device, and you'd stick your pencil in it, giggity, and then you'd in front of the entire class, including that girl or the boy you had a crush on, they were all just looking at you, and you just knew you were being judged for simply just wanting a sharp writing utensil. No judgment here today. Alright, we are going to be doing a price guide edition, and I say it's a classic edition because we've been having a lot of fun doing the Versus series. And more are on the way. Okay, more are on the way. But we are going to be going into this classic football card magazine from Beckett. Issue 7, early in the run, October 1990. Price to go at $2.50. On the cover is Don Mikowski, who was one of the NFL's best quarterbacks during this era. Famously, he kind of got injured, and that opened up the door for some young kid who was quite a good quarterback, just a horrible human being. But we're going to be pricing a pack of football cards. 1 pack. No verses today. Okay? So, without further ado, why are we delaying this? Let's look inside this price guide and see what we can find. These score hot gun cards. You wanted to get these kids. Big on the playgrounds. Alright. Oh, look at that. Some wonderful Dan Marino art. Looks like based off maybe a 1984 through 1986 photo of Dan Marino. A little more solid Dolphin colors there. I like where we are now with Dolphin uniforms, but those are uniforms from my childhood, I'll tell you that. Alright. See, I kind of, those Dolphin uniforms of the late 80s, I actually like those ones. They're a little softer in terms of their edges and their colors, but I like them. Bright. Do you believe in magic? It's a play on a song. It's a popular song from back in the day, but they used his name. Do you get it? Okay. The Don Mikowski magic was real, man. Teams of the 90s. Oh, the Rams with Flipper Anderson. That's possible. Oilers. Okay. None of this was to be. Chargers. Maybe 1 year. Okay. How to Catch a Cold. Here is our hot or not for October 1990. Okay. Hot. Barry Sanders. Bo Jackson. Joe Montana. Jerry Rice. Andre Ware. Shout out to all my Detroit Lions fans. Don Mikowski. Christian Okoye. Steve Largent. Walter Payton. My man Dan Marino. Jim, don't call me Chris Everett. Bobby Humphrey. Who had was great 3 or 4 years as a running back in the NFL, including with my Dolphins. Roger Craig. Randall Cunningham. John Elway. The late, great Derek Thomas. Blair Thomas. Jeff George, whose career was late but great, Eric Dickerson, and prime time himself, Neon Deion Sanders. Cold in October of 1990, Brian Bosworth. That's saying something. Jim McMahon, William the Refrigerator Perry, who always ran cold. John Elway, Deion Sanders, Tony Mandrich, one of the biggest frauds in the history of the NFL draft, Troy Aikman, Dallas Cowboys, Ickey Woods, and Dexter Manley, the late great Dexter Manley. And as far as Tony, look, I don't have anything against Tony as a person, but his story of being like the #1 pick is pretty fascinating about that era, a testament to that era, good and bad. Alright, into the prices. The dark ages of football card collecting. Start getting to where it's getting a little cool, a little more cool to collect football cards. Into 1990. That's it. Not a lot of football cards back then. Who was an electric wide receiver at the time. And a little bit Billy White Shoes Johnson. I know a lot of people that this is right. Billy White Shoes Johnson, a founding father of end-zone antics, should be proud of today's showmen such as Flipper Anderson. Billy White Shoes Johnson, a maybe forgotten player in the NFL history conversations now, but yeah, growing up, he was. You knew that Billy was there for the show and the game. And I'm okay with that. And there's a profile on the Ickey Shuffle. If I could, I think I've lost track of how many times I did the Ickey Shuffle in 1988 at my school to impress friends and girls, and it didn't work. I lost friends, never got girls, but I knew how to do the Ickey Shuffle. What profile on Mr. Bernie Kosar. There's... Oh, what the hell is this? I do not know what this is. This is a Beckett that was sent to me by Ranger Donald, I believe, off an eBay purchase. So whatever this is, it looks like a betting pool here. This is fascinating. I did not know. I did not know it because it's week 4. Perhaps of the 1990 season or some other time. I don't know. I'd have to sync this up. Here's the pool of friends. Morris, Keith, Tim, Mark, Mike, Susan, David W., James, Bob, John, Joe, David C., not to be confused with David W., Stuart, Philip, and Scott. Shout out to Susan being the only woman in this pool. Standing tall and proud. Maybe they all worked at Dewberry and Davis Law Firm. This is amazing. And it looks like this is a calculation sheet for maybe a billing on anyone who wants to use the services of Dewberry and Davis, but instead it's being used for NFL betting. This is amazing. Did not expect to find this in the packet. If anyone out there listening or watching worked at Dewberry and Davis, and you're one of these people, perhaps you're David W., but not David C., comment down below. We'd like to maybe get you back this betting sheet. Little piece of history there. That's amazing. Alright, and some Eric Metcalf art to close this out there. And on the back, we've got what I guess is a photo of Walter Payton, but it's hard to tell. It looks like just a football action shot, but it is highlighting Sweetness himself, Walter Payton. Alright. That's the Beckett we'll be using. And as always, just in case, I'll have this. Let's get through, in case my eyesight is there. Alright, we're about to open up a pack, and here's the thing. When we open up a pack, that means we might find Legends cards, and we might cut up those Legends cards. We might price them. We love our Legends cards. Legends, right here, we have a ton. Screech, one of the greatest mascots in the history of the modern age, in an era where mascots are not as represented as the San Diego Chicken days. We could open up this and get a Luke Skywalker card from 1990. We could, oh my god, okay, hold on. Okay, we have kids watching. We have kids, it's too early. It's like, okay. Victor Moreland and his hair. Okay, and the greatest photo in the history of sports cards, Sean Landeta, New York Giants punter extraordinaire. We have legends like that. Oh, we have one more legend that we might find, and that is Dave Parker. At the time of this recording, Dave Parker recently passed away. Also recently inducted into baseball's Hall of Fame, deservedly so. The Cobra was one of my favorite players to watch growing up. By the time I got into the game, Dave was already a veteran, playing with teams like the A's and the Brewers to finish out his wonderful career. Most of it, of course, spent in Pittsburgh and Cincinnati. One of the greats of an era. If you ever want to see one of the greatest throws, watch the All-Star Game highlights from, I believe, 1979 in Seattle. Parker throws a laser from right field to home plate, where my boy Gary Carter catches and tags the runner, but Gary barely had to do anything because Dave nailed that throw. Dave, thanks for all the memories. Respect. All right. And if we get a Legends card, that of course we want to preserve, we might put them here in the penny sleeves. Alright. Here is the pack that we are going to be looking at today. I've been waiting to go into the classic one-pack fashion here on the price guide, and I needed the perfect pack of cards to do it, and we've got it here. 1988 Topps Football 15 picture cards, one glossy card, one stick of bubble gum, and yes, we're going to crack that gum. Of course, you wanted the special 1,000-yard club glossy card inside. I'd love those. 88 Topps will be reflecting the strike season of 1987. So we're going to open up this pack of cards. We're going to pull about 4 or 5 superstar cards, or the cards we think are of the highest value, and see if we can get back $1 in fake money of our investment. We'll also do an over-under for the entire pack of cards. Alright, without further ado, let's do a little crinkling and then a rip. That gum allows for a little crinkle. Crinkles. We have our Crinkles and Rip series on Fridays. Check it out. Alright. Let's do it. Let's open up this pack of 1988 Topps Football. And shout out to my buddy, comedian Mark Ellis, who got this pack for me. Thought I'd enjoy opening it here on the channel. Check out Mark's work. got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers team leader card there. Alright. Get that gum off of Dean Biasucci. We got a gum stain alert. We got a gum stain on Biasucci. Let's see if we can snap this gum. It feels a little moist. I know some of my viewers don't like it when I use the word moist, but moist is a good ASMR word, I think. Let's see. Can we snap it? Oh, that's a good snap. There you go. Beautiful. Good snapped gum. All right. Let's see. Is this Biasucci card? Can it be? What can we do with that gum stain? It's kind of working. Look at that. We're kind of getting it off. Fascinating. I don't know if we're keeping the card in good condition. But we actually got some of that gum off. Fascinating. Okay. All right. I think that's as good as we're going to get Dean Biasucci. Let's reveal the cards that we got here today. Flip that around. All right. We've got safety David Fulcher of Cincinnati. We got kicker Gary Anderson, one of the great kickers of this era. Kind of happy with that card, even if it doesn't have value. We got Chris Washington of Tampa Bay. Darren Nelson, running back, Minnesota. Brian Hansen, kicker, New Orleans. Curtis Adams, running back, San Diego. The aforementioned Dean Biasucci, kicker for Indianapolis. A lot of kickers. We do have the 1,000-yard club card. Sorry. Gary Clark of Washington. Felix Wright, safety, Cleveland. We got the interception leaders for 1987. Keith Bostic, Mark Kelso, Mike Pryor, and Barry Wilburn. We got Hall of Famer Jackie Slater. We got Roy Green. Tony Eason. Wow, that probably hurts for some New England fans. Doug Cosby. Ronnie Lott. That's a good card. That's a good card. We enjoy that Ronnie Lott. And Wilder Free and Clear, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Well, good news is this has been a lot of fun. Bad news, this is not a good pack of cards. I do not think we're going to make our money back here, so let me try to see. I think that's it. This is literally, I'm just picking Darren Nelson because he wasn't that bad of a running back, if I recall. But I don't see any other card. You know what? Let's see. Maybe. I mean, there's a chance that Gary Anderson is worth more than most of these cards. So we'll keep Gary on retainer. But I don't think. That's the best we can do with these 5 cards. So, you know the rules. Let's see what we can do. some okay cards to get in here. We did not get them. Alright. Alright, I think overall the overall price, I'm going to do the over-under here. I think the overall price is going to be $1.05. That's my over-under right there. That's for the entire pack, but we'll see what these cards do here. This is going to be quite, I think, an effort, a lesson in futility here. Alright, first card up. Can we get our dollar back? It's this interception leader card from the strike, shortened and affected 1987 season. Card number 219. Do we have any leaders here? Any leaders here today? Some of the lead leaders have value, but this one does not. 219 is a common, but the leaders right here, the leader commons are 10 cents. So that is off and running for us there. Alright. 10 cents. Next up, Tony Eason. He took the Patriots to the Super Bowl against the Bears. 177, and that's about it. 177. Oh, he's listed. He's listed. So Steve Grogan for the record, but he's listed at 10 cents. Not bad. Okay, we're better than I thought here. Tony Eason, 20 cents. Hall of Famer, Jackie Slater of the Rams. Hall of Famer, Jackie Slater of the Rams. Does a lineman have value at the peak of his career? Let's find out. 295, 295. Nope, he is a common. Jackie Smith, 5 cents. Right. Gary Clark, 1,000 yards. And he actually got 1,000 yards despite missing 3 games due to the strike. This is number 5 in the subset. Number 5 in the subset. Does it even have it listed? It does not. It does not have it listed. Gary Clark himself is at 10 cents. Okay, well, I'm going to call this a comparable, because it's a nice high-gloss card. I think it's comparable. If Gary Clark's normal card is 10 cents, this is a common for the 1,000 yards. I'm going to make the decision to value this at 10 cents. So as of right now, with Ronnie Lott left to go, we have these cards that I am valuing at 35 cents. Can we reach our $1 price tag with an absolute legend who was valued? I think part of the problem is Jackie Slater in the collecting world, not valued despite being one of the best. Ronnie Lott, tremendously valued, but he is on the defense. That means they're usually worth a little less. Card number 51. Can we get a big price? 51. Ronnie Lott, 15 cents. cents. We are at 50 cents for this pack. You know what, I'm just gonna, it's a pretty good looking Ronnie Lott card. I think it's pretty good in terms of the cut. I'm gonna carefully get it into a penny sleeve here. I don't think it has great life-changing value, but it's always nice to just kind of keep a legend safe and sound. Okay, Ronnie Lott, preserved. Well, so we fell short here. We fell short. 50 cents, but I'm surprised we made 50 cents. But let's see what the rest of the pack is worth. I said that the rest of the pack would be equal to $1.05. I think we're gonna. I think this was an error. This was a mess up because I wasn't expecting Tony Easton to be 10 and the interception leaders common at 10. I wasn't expecting that. So let's see what we got. We just gotta make sure. I'm a right-handed writer here. I gotta set everything up here. Okay. Gary Clark, 160. Gary Anderson, 168. That's a common. David Fulcher, he had 349. Is not a common. Oh my gosh, we messed up. We messed up, everybody. I overlooked David Fulcher. 50-cent card. That would have done it. It would have not gotten us over $1, but if I changed my pricing. Oh. Wow. 350. Buccaneers. That's a common. Team leaders. It's a 10-cent card too. Wow, we really messed up. Chris Washington, 359. That's a common. Brian Hansen. What's he gonna worth? $10 or something. Nope, that's a common. Curtis Adams, 206. That's a common. Dean Biasucci, kicker extraordinaire, 122. We messed up here. Dean Biasucci, 20 cents. 20 cents. David Fulcher and Dean Biasucci right there, 70 cents. Both these cards in this 1990 Beckett valued higher than Ronnie Lott. Wow, I was not expecting that. That is a big error, a fumble, you might say. And if you're Chris Berman, you'd make up some really extravagant nickname around me and my fumble. 101. Felix Wright, 15 cents. We just messed up all around. Look, I know late 80s football and early 90s football pretty well. I was there, man. I was there, but all three of those. I was a fan. I used to want to be a kicker. I couldn't kick a football more than 29 yards, so I'm very aware of all the kickers during this era. Dean Biasucci was one of the best. I didn't think he'd be a 20-cent card. Roy Green, 254. That's common. Wow. We learned some lessons today. Doug Cosby, 263. I thought it was going to be like $1 rookie or something. Even though we've been playing since 1979. And then the card I almost picked, Darren Nelson, 149. He just had a little bit of name value to me, but not listed. He is a common, so wow. So there you go. These three cards, if I had traded them out, all I had to do was trade out, any one of these, and we would have absolutely made our money back. But that's the rules of the game, kids. I'm not reshooting things. I don't cheat. I messed up on Felix Wright, safety for Cleveland. Though that's weird. It's interesting here. Felix Wright, 101, listed as a rookie card, 15 cents, but he at this point had 3 years in Cleveland and 3 years in Hamilton in the Canadian Football League. But I guess maybe his first card. Maybe that's an error listing, but it's definitely Felix Wright, a card 101. I don't know. Rookie card for kicker Dean Biasucci. But again, same thing. This is interesting. Am I in the right year? 88 tops. I am. Dean Biasucci, rookie card, 20 cents. He had several years already with Indianapolis, and perhaps even one with Baltimore, right? Or no, maybe they moved to Baltimore in '84. First card, I guess. First card for Team Busucci. So I never would have thought that was a rookie card. David Fulcher. I do remember David Fulcher. Interesting. Again, 2 years, but listed as a rookie card. I just think maybe that was the state of football card collecting back then, but you get a rookie card for him. Man, if we got that Vinny Testaverde at $3 or the Christian Okoye at $5, we would have been rich. I would have bought myself a car with electric windows. I'll tell you that much. Alright, so total. We gotta see how bad we were. I led a lot of you astray here. Alright, so oh, well, hold on. I have gone down and done something rash. Occasionally you type the wrong period, but the wrong decimal point, and suddenly you're too rich. Haste makes waste. Grand total, $1.90. This $1.05 was a lie. I lied to you. I led you astray. Alright? I'm like a cult leader that took you to the forest and told you we found the beach. Didn't do it. $1.90. $1.90. I'd be curious to check the prices on these cards now compared to the running lot. Interesting. Well, it was good to kind of get back into the one. We haven't done the one-pack card price guide in a while, and maybe I was a little rusty. Maybe I forgot my 1988 football. Maybe I was too focused on the gum. I don't know. But whatever it was, I hope you had fun today. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out with us. We'll see you next time here on Sports Card ASMR.